Welcome to the City Show. I'm your host, Dr. Tom Krieger. Beth Gully is back, and she's going to teach me how to draw an ambigram, which is perfect because I'm kind of backwards anyway. We'll get a visit from cast members from La Comedia Dinner Theater's production of Disaster, a musical parody of all those disaster movies from the past. Up first, Feast and Folly celebration of foodies, treasure seekers, and fun lovers. Here to tell us about is Linda Nienaber. Linda, welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
I see you got your fancy track shoes on because
I'm ready.
You got a lot of stuff going on.
There is a lot of stuff going on.
Been in this position for 60 days, 2 months?
Yep.
And you're not running away. You're the right gal for the
No,
job.
I'm running toward the crazy.
Yeah, we got three things to talk about today. Let's start first with Feast and Folly. When and where does that take place?
So it's September 28th, 10 to 7 on Mulberry Street from Broadway to Cherry. Yeah. Lots of food vendors, lots of shopping opportunities. We have 2 adult beverage drink features. The Elks is going to be out on the street with us, and also Hidden Valley Orchard. Wow. I'm excited to have them come to town. You
just covered everything. That's it. We're done. Hey, who participates in this event?
Oh man, everybody. In fact, I'm still getting calls of people that want to rent booths for me, but we are full. Like the street will be full of people, and it should be a great day. I'm hoping that the weather holds out, and lots of festive fall things to do.
Great time of year. Great showcase time for our great city. I mean,
absolutely.
I'm glad we have this back. How long has Feast and Folly been going?
Oh gosh, I don't even know. Years and years and years and years. Yeah. You know, the other benefit too, we have Black Barn. It made our downtown beautiful. Last week they worked really hard, and all those mums are now opening.
Yeah.
So by Feast and Folly, it'll be really colorful.
So they donated all that.
Well, I don't know if they donated it, but they did the work in like 3 days' time. Totally transformed our downtown.
How about the food vendors? Who's going to be there?
Oh gosh, Dog Fathers and Steak and Time, Steak It Easy. Gosh, I can't even think of all of them.
Doesn't really matter because we have our local restaurants too, right?
Absolutely, yes. A big feature though is the Amish pretzels. Everybody loves those.
Always. Yeah.
They're so yummy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they'll be here this year.
And as far as our restaurants, which ones are being? I guess
they're
all
all
being
open.
Showcased.
Sure,
Yeah.
Greenhouse Cafe, Lamppost Cheese, Bellagio's is on Mulberry, Roll On In is there. Yep, so they'll all be there featuring fall fun items.
That's got to be a great event for them. As far as just the business. How many people do you actually anticipate?
Well, we think a couple thousand people will come out. We're hoping that, which would be great. Just fill the street and have fun. So we've got some live entertainment planned as well. The music store is going to have their youth entertainers come out. The high school choir is going to come out and perform. Dance Kids is going to do a little show for us. And
I got to give a plug to Josh Cole and Morgan, and the fact that they're working with the kids and they're getting the kids out there.
Yeah,
that's a great idea. Whose idea was it to do that?
Well, we have Lindsay, who runs Greenhouse Cafe, said she would reach out so that we could get some entertainment. Yeah, and it's a great opportunity for the kids.
Yeah, it is.
So it'll just be street performers, and it should be really fun.
Well, speaking of kids, are there any special activities for kids?
We do have Kids Zone this year, which is down by Thimble Garden. Thimble Garden's done a lot of work. Moms of Lebanon is going to be helping out for that this time. There's chalking in the streets and things that kids can paint, and there's craft projects. Chelsea at Thimble Garden has done a lot of work to, Celeste.
Yeah.
A lot of work that, so we have this Kids Zone for almost all of our street festivals, which is really nice because then the kids have something to do.
Thimble Garden.
Thimble Garden.
Yeah, that's it. Who came up with that?
It's an awesome store, and it's a store, right?
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
On Mulberry.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah, and they do succulents, and she has lots of vendors within her store itself. a great place to stop and shop.
My goodness. And they have something for adults as well. I guess they
Oh,
got,
yeah.
they got beer and wine tasting. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so Hidden Valley Orchard will be here, and they will have all kinds of fun things from their farm. And then also the Elks is going to be our adult beverage station.
Nice, nice. Going into the Elks?
No, I think they'll be
Outside.
out in the street.
Okay,
yeah.
I don't think they've ever been involved in that, have they?
Well, yay.
That's new, fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to get an elk hat.
Okay, I'll work on that.
Okay. So speaking of the shops, any special sales that the shops are doing?
I'm sure that all the stores will be featured. A lot of the stores have booths, so even though they have stores on Broadway, they're going to be out in Mulberry Street with their goods for this festival, so that's even more fun.
And now this is billed as a European-style festival.
Street fair.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How does that play out as far as...
Well, I think it's just because everyone's in the street and everything that you could want is within this 2-block area.
Okay.
So, I mean, our shops will still be open on Broadway, and obviously they're connected to Mulberry. But, yeah, it's just bringing the people into the streets and having everything you could ever need to have a great time.
That sounds like too much fun. Now, what are the hours for Feast and Folly?
10 to 7.
Okay.
Yep.
How do you get people to leave? If they're having such a good time, do they...
well, we have them fold up chairs and you know, haul the bales of hay out off the street, so that'll get them going.
Hey, you know, while we have you here, let's talk a little bit about the Halloween Pooch Pageant. Last year was called the Pooch Parade.
Right.
And it really wasn't so much a parade as a showcase for the pooches, but now they have a red carpet for the pooches?
Yeah, so last year there was a red carpet too, but yeah, so it's not so much a parade as it is dress your dog up, bring them. We have lots of prizes. Sit means sit. Heather and Reed there have done a ton of work getting sponsors, and they will be the MCs for the morning, and it actually runs in the morning from 9 to 1 before Oktoberfest. So Oktoberfest will be all setting up while we're doing this little event right at the corner of Broadway and Mulberry.
It's so cool seeing people's dogs come out.
It's so fun.
And integrating that, because for a lot of people, that's like their kids. And to
right.
be able to bring, they don't have kids, but they can bring their kids.
Yep, dress them up.
And Reed, and what is his?
Heather.
They are just lovely people.
They are awesome.
They have a heart for what they do. And,
they do.
I'm sorry they couldn't be here to be talking about this. I know they would have probably loved to have been here.
Yes, definitely.
So what do you have lined up for that specific event? Do you have like a look-alike contest?
So there's some prizes. There's a dual prize. So if you dress up like your dog and scariest and funniest, there's 5 different prizes, different categories that you can be judged on. And so they'll have 3 guest judges.
Okay.
And lots of dog vendors and supplies will be available because we're renting booth spaces for that as well.
Yeah. How many dogs did you have participating last year?
I think there was about 20 or 25.
Okay.
So it's a pretty successful event.
Well, you know, you get all those dogs out in the street, it can be kind of messy.
Playtime.
Who do you have assigned?
Pooper scoopers?
Who do you have assigned as pooper scoopers? Is this an opportunity for parents to get their kids out, get some special hours? They should probably get 2 or 3 times the hours of community service.
They could.
For scooping the poop, because that's an important job.
It is an important job to get it out of the way. Yeah. I thought maybe the crew here could come out and help us with that.
Nice, good one, yeah. No, I won't be doing that. So do owners need to sign up in advance to participate in the contest?
Yes, and there's a link that we've shared on Facebook.
Yeah.
So Sit Means Sit Facebook page, and also Main Street Lebanon's Facebook page.
Okay.
We've got a sign up for your dogs, and pick the category that you're going to dress them like.
Okay.
And we'll see you on that. The event is October 12th.
Do you have any special vendors out there serving the pet owners?
Well, there's, I think all of our vets that are in town will be part of this. There's a new pet bathhouse that is going to be part of this. I don't have any of their names with me. I should have come more prepared, but yeah, I mean, everyone that services Sit Means Sit will be part of this event.
Okay. Now we have the last third Friday. It's exciting but sad. that has to come
But
to
this
an
is
end.
a whole special one that we don't typically get a third Friday. So, we're looking forward to it because the weather's going to be great on Friday.
Nice.
So we have Out on Bond for the first set, and then for the second set, Orgonia will be playing.
Wow.
So the Chamber's putting that on. They've decided to do this fourth event, which is really exciting for our city. Get people down in Mulberry again and, partying in the streets. That's what we do in Lebanon.
So how's the showcase of the new downtown been? Are people
awesome.
just...
Very well received. Yeah. It's really fun to walk up and down the street and answer people's questions and just talk to folks that are visiting our community. It's really fun.
So you have food vendors for that event as well? The third
For
Friday?
Third Friday, yes. There will be food vendors, yes, and craft beers.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And I imagine the restaurants, gotta love that too, because people are coming in and able to frequent all the other shops. Yeah.
Anna's Popcorn is right there, right where the action is. So she'll be open selling popcorn, which is delish if you've never had any of her flavors.
To be honest, I couldn't imagine how a popcorn store could make it. But then I tasted her popcorn.
It's awesome.
And it's like you got to get more. So if you haven't tasted Anna's popcorn, get in there and realize, well, they're not only are they there still, but they're going to be there for a long time because they do a great job.
They do.
And knowing how to run a business, she's pretty brilliant herself.
She is.
Well, as far as the date on the third Friday, that's coming up.
Yeah, Wednesday, Thursday, this Friday, so 3 days away.
Okay, and what time does that start?
4 o'clock.
And what time
does
the
11.
music start?
I think the music starts, good question. I think it's around 7.
Wow. Well, is there anything else that we missed on Feast and Folly?
Well, just a hint for Girls' Night Out is coming November 9th. I'll be back to talk about that. Lots of fun things going on for that.
Okay. Keeping you busy, huh?
Yes, definitely.
Well, thanks, Linda, for the update. Thanks for everything that you do.
Thank you.
And obviously you do it great, and you still have that sparkle in your eyes since the first time we met. So thank you. Don't miss the Feast and Folly. It's coming up. It's a great event, and all the other things we talked about too. Get your pooch out there and have fun. We'll be back in a little bit.
Break your fast food habit at Kelly's Meats and Deli at 1001 West Main Street in Lebanon. Stop in for a quick lunch featuring made-to-order sandwiches, tasty sides, and mouth-watering daily specials. For dinner, Kelly's offers fresh-cut steaks, chops, and seafood, plus a variety of prepared dishes that only need to be reheated. You'll also find a large selection of high-quality wine and beer that can make any meal a special event. Kelly's Meats and Deli open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday, now open for dinner Saturdays 6 to 9 p.m. And remember, we cater too.
Your hometown source, the Lebanon Channel, is now on YouTube.
I know how fortunate I am.
Just search City of Lebanon, Ohio to connect with everything that's happening right here.
And that's going to be an exciting part about this walking tour.
Subscribe to receive exclusive local content available only on the Lebanon Channel.
Wow, Neil Armstrong's coming to my launch. I was so excited about that.
That's the City of Lebanon, Ohio, now on YouTube.
That's what makes this Lebanon, Ohio a great place to live.
Yeah. An auto accident is a terrible thing to encounter. Oftentimes, people look to getting their car taken care of, but they forget to take care of their body. At Lebanon Chiropractic and Fitness, that's what we do. We take care of your body with chiropractic adjustments, therapeutic massage, and therapeutic exercise. So if you've been involved in a vehicular collision, call our office at 933-9799 so we can take care of the body that counts.
Call now to schedule your free initial consultation, 933-9799.
It appears these hot ashes are about to be dumped, which could possibly start a wildfire. How will Smokey deal with such a hot situation? The garden hose defense. Next, a thorough stir. Then another spray. And finally, feeling if the ashes are cool. Oh, yeah. Ah, yes, the selfie. A ritual practiced so frequently with this tribe, but not so much by Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Beth Gully is one of the few Ambigram artists in the world. Her designs have captured the imagination and helped her create a unique series of children's books and provide words of encouragement for all of us. Beth has an event coming up on October 17th at the Harmon Museum called Calisthenics for the Brain. Ouch. Wow. Where she'll teach you how to create your own ambigram, and today she's gonna teach me. Well, welcome, Beth. I'm kind of nervous.
You're gonna do great.
The fact that I'm kind of dyslexic and backwards is a good thing.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. I understand there's a class designed for seniors.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I found is any age can do these ambigrams.
Yeah.
And my goal is to keep the art alive. There's only 100 of us in the world that are doing these right now. And when I first started, there were a half a dozen in the world that had been recognized. So one way to do that is to teach people how to do it. And I think that it's really good for the brain.
Wow.
So senior citizens, it can help, help them to stay keen and smart.
Activate synapses and get things, get them thinking.
I think so.
Yeah, because you got to think harder when you're thinking backwards.
You kind of do.
It's like reading the alphabet backwards if you get pulled over.
Right.
Not that I've been pulled over recently, but I don't think I could do that if I weren't.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going off on a squirrel hole. How did you discover that you had a talent with ambigrams?
Well, my first one happened by accident.
Okay.
And I was working on a Christmas card that year. And the word, I finally decided I was running out of time. And I thought, I'll just write Happy Holiday real pretty and make it look like a snowflake. Well, when I came back from lunch, it had fallen on the floor. And I could see how the Y in happy could make an H for holiday.
Wow.
And I played with it for 3 or 4 days, almost gave up, and then it's like you make one little tweak and all of a sudden it works. Wow. And that was my first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you wired differently to even
I've heard that.
see something like that?
I don't know.
Because I mean, we're all uniquely made.
Yes, we are.
Okay, and I think in our culture we want to be put in the same peg, and
right.
And the fact that you got to be a little different to see things backwards and to be able to write a book on that and go, and there's only 100 of you. How special are you?
Well,
my goodness.
I don't know. I just my thinking is there should be more. Okay. So
and that's your mission.
It is.
Okay. So what are we going to do today? You're going to try to use this backward thinking guy?
Yes.
Okay.
So what I want to do, well, first of all, I want to let people know that we've got these classes coming up, and I want them to know how easy it is to do. And anybody can do it. It's just being willing to think out of the box. Okay. So I'm going to give you a marker.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask you to write the word mom. Capital M, capital O. That looks good.
Good.
All right, so we got the word mom, and if you flip it upside down, what does it say?
Wow.
Wow, it does say wow.
Okay.
So another trick that we want to try, okay, so that one worked just fine. Now write the word mom with a capital M, but with a small O and little m. Okay. Can you do that?
Thanks for picking a word that I could spell.
You're welcome.
I would have felt so stupid.
Very good. Okay, now we'll flip it upside down. So does it still say mom? Or wow? Does it say wow?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, well,
not
really.
as much as before.
Right,
Yeah.
because, well, we've got this little hiccup on the M, so what we would do is take that away, and we'd probably want to make them all the same size. So then we would put a small m at the beginning, which kind of takes us back, so either it's all lowercase or it's all caps. So that's what we would learn through that exercise. Now, what's nice is there are letters that invert. Obviously, the O inverts, and then an M and a W. Write a lowercase p. Now make a lowercase d. Very good. Now turn it upside down.
That's the same thing.
You still have the same thing.
Yeah.
So if you put an O in the middle, now you have the word pod.
Pod.
This way and that way.
Yeah.
And so the same thing can also work with some letters that are a little more difficult. Write the word big, all lowercase. however you want to write it. Don't think a lot about what you're doing or, very good. Okay, you want to dot the I? Okay, so here's the word big. What do we have upside down? Nothing. Okay,
Thanks.
so, all right, so what we want to do, it's like, okay, well, what could make this work? Well, if we take a little bit of that off and we add just a little bit of a curve on that, now we have big this way and big that way.
Oh, nice.
So those are some of the tricks that I'm going to teach in the class. And so we've got a whole bunch of letters that we'll go through and see, you know, let everyone learn what some of the combinations are. And what I always end with is, let's see if you can do your name. And the reason I do that is because there's no formula, because I don't know what their names are. And sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
My name doesn't work,
Yeah.
but it allows the kids to, or the seniors to explore and see what is possible now that they're learning to think outside of the box. The other thing we would do is we would put a dot on the other side.
Okay.
And so you don't really notice that dot on
Yeah.
this side, but when you flip it over, you need it for that one.
Okay, good.
So it's kind of cool because I think about like the STEM programs that they have
Yeah.
in school. They're starting to add the A into that for STEAM. And what I believe that this art does, STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and math. And a lot of what ambigrams are is math.
Yeah.
And it's finding the lowest common denominator between both images. And as far as science, the brain fills in gaps for us. Like, we don't have to have the G come all the way around like that. We're implying it by doing this, and the brain fills that in. We don't want to put it there because then the B doesn't work. So it's hitting into some of those categories.
You know what? One of the other things I love about what you do is just how artistic it is. What are your feelings with them doing away with cursive writing with kids now? Does that break your heart?
Very disappointed.
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, I think I've heard they're bringing it back.
They should.
At least in some areas.
Yeah.
I think that it's such a beautiful art form, and it allows your just your regular alphabet to take on more personality.
Absolutely.
And it reflects who you are.
Yeah.
A lot of I'm also a logo designer, so a lot of logos that I've done are my handwriting, and handwriting is cursive, and someday kids won't, if they stop the cursive, kids won't be able to read it.
So when are they bringing that back? Are they in discussion on that now, or?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, we need to continue to lobby for that.
Yes, we do.
It's like we're just trying to make everything so simple, and we're losing so much, and that's a shame. Hey, tell me about the class at Harmon Museum.
Okay, so we called it Calisthenics for the Brain because we really want to appeal to the senior citizens. And we're going to go through these same exercises, and we're going to teach them how to do words similar to this, and then some other things on the side. One thing that I learned with the Institute for Learning and Retirement, that's at the Voice of America, the class was so engaged in what they were drawing. The class was over. I didn't have the heart to tell them, and I looked up, and everybody is intense on their desk. And one lady looked up and she said, I'm kind of getting a headache. And I said, yeah, I sometimes get headaches too. So I'd love to know what's going on inside of my head when I'm creating these, but I do know that a lot of juices are flowing, and so it's a lot of fun.
Wow. Mm-hmm. So what's the follow-up on that? Do you put someone in charge to continue with the Ambigram training, someone who's really good, or do they have
I don't know.
Ambigram withdrawals afterwards?
I don't know. I look at it as a puzzle, and it's fun. And people love to do crossword puzzles and picture puzzles, and this is just kind of the same thing. I actually have a connection with Highlights magazine, and would love to see if maybe I can't find a way to engage ambigrams into that environment. That would be fun.
That's a great idea. So do you do a lot with different senior retirement type facilities?
Not necessarily. I was at Otterbein for one of their events. It was a luncheon, and I did a book reading there with my upside down book, and I was amazed at how many people were so interested in this kind of art form. And I think I encouraged people who were artists or had projects they hadn't finished, I encouraged them to do that, and that that makes you feel good.
Nice,
you know?
nice. So do you have any other events coming up?
I do. I'm going to be at Belong Christian Bookstore this Saturday at 2 o'clock, and we're doing Ambigram drawings. It's for all ages. And then I'm going to be at the Lebanon Public Library on November 6th, and that's at 4 o'clock.
Nice.
And we're going to start with age 8 and go up from there at the library so we can have a more controlled environment. And adults are welcome to that event as well.
And so do participants need to bring anything to the events, or do you supply
Not
all
a
the
thing.
paper?
Yeah, I'll supply it all.
Is it like we did this on plastic so you could erase it, or you just...
We just did that for TV, so it would be easy. So they'll be using pencils so they can erase and, kind of modify what they're working on.
It seems like this could be something to design some personalized gifts. Is that something that Ambigrams is used to do as well?
Yeah. Like I just designed this one, the word peace. I think I was procrastinating a job and I ended up creating an Ambigram. And it's just... and this happened in a day, so you just never know how long it'll take. And I could turn that into a Christmas card. So at these classes, I don't know what kinds of words people are going to come up with, but whatever they do can be carried onto and printed on their own personal printer and turned into Christmas cards or gifts or, all kinds of things.
Now you've been doing this for how long?
Let's see, my first one was in 92.
That is lovely. How many Ambigrams have you done over the years?
That's a great question.
Hundreds, thousands?
No. Under 100.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you keep perfecting them and working on them some more? Or?
No. Once they're done, I let them be. And these were some of the ones that I had done over the last 10, 12 years, and I'm just kind of starting to do more, although what happened was I got into the books, and so each book has 10 Ambigram pictures, and that's like, a full picture illustration. So that kind of took my time away from creating words. So I'm excited to see more of the words are coming back to me.
Now, you have a Christmas book. You have an Easter book?
I do have an Easter book. Yeah.
And what other books do you have?
And then I also have one in Spanish. I have the Christmas book in Spanish, and that's it.
Did you go on tour during those times? The churches have you out? Or?
They do, yes. I've stayed pretty much local. I've gone into West Virginia and Kentucky, but haven't traveled a lot. I've been asked to, but I was asked to go up to Pennsylvania. That's a long way to go. So until I can create a tour that would take me all the way around and I can, fill it up.
So what other projects are you working on now?
Well, I'm working with American Heritage Girls, and we created some patches for patch programs. Do you know what American Heritage Girls?
No.
Okay, it's like Girl Scouts, but it's for Catholic Christian girls.
Yeah.
And so that led into a whole program of teaching girls how to create the ambigrams. And now I'm taking that into curriculums for schools, Sunday schools, and Catholic schools. And my next project may be Vacation Bible School. So I think I want to hit on all of the upside down ways of God and do those and then anchor it with both books.
I love what you're doing with seniors.
Yeah,
I mean,
thanks.
with Parkinson's and Alzheimer's and just stimulating the brain and the importance of that. It'd be interesting to see some kind of even study.
I would love to too. Yeah, absolutely.
Just to see the activity. I mean, we have to fight that. Now, the date again on the Harmon Museum event is?
That is Thursday, October 17th.
Okay.
So that's about a month away.
And there's no cost for that?
There is a cost.
Okay, what's the cost?
Yeah, all of their programs are $20, so this falls into that category. But it's a great, you will really, really enjoy it.
I mean, it's anything that you do at that museum is money well spent. And the fact that money goes to continue to keep that wonderful museum. I can't believe there's still some people in this town, they've never been there. Go to the museum, man. This would be a great event for you to check out the museum because you can tour the rest of the museum too. And it's going to be fun. You get to meet Beth. You get to write your name backwards. Get to think a little bit like me, a little backwards. Is there anything else that we missed?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, this was great. Thank you
Beth,
so much.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll be back to preview Disaster right after this break.
Right now at Bob Pulte Chevrolet, save up to 29% on new 2019 Silverados. That's right, up to 29% off. With over 130 new Silverados to choose from and the best trade value guarantee, why shop anywhere else? Shop 24/7 at bobpulte.com, and you'll love the Pulte price.
Since 1954, Hardee's Interiors has been providing quality furnishings for homes in and around Lebanon, Ohio. Today, you'll still find quality antique and vintage furniture along with new Made in America furniture of all styles. At Hardee's, you can create a mix of furniture and accessories that truly reflects your personality, all made to last a lifetime. Designers are welcome and so are you. Hardee's Interiors at 208.5 Wright Avenue or online at hardeesinteriors.com.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Bob Pulte Chevrolet always gives you the best. Best price guaranteed. Best trade-in value. Best selection. Best financing on all new and pre-owned vehicles. See for yourself at bobpulte.com. And you'll love the Pulte price.
Well, disaster films have been around for almost as long as there have been movies to watch. And now at La Comedia Dinner Theater, they're presenting a musical based on the 1970s era of disaster movies. Here to tell us about Disaster the Musical are Chris Kramer, Carrie Lee Sutherland, and Tanya Oslak. Oslak. Yeah, sorry about that.
That's okay.
Welcome to the City Show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, Tanya?
Sure.
Oslak, is that Sweden or Finnish or?
I think it's maybe Czech.
Czech?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. So this is my 4th show at La Comedia.
Okay.
So, and I play Shirley in Disaster the Musical. Yeah.
And what specific disaster is Shirley? I mean, are you each in different disaster movies, or are they blending them together?
It kind of all is just
We're
one.
all in the same
Okay.
situation.
You're all in the same boat?
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
In a burning building,
pretty much.
so to
It's a
say.
floating casino is what it actually
Okay,
is.
nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
So I have my husband Maury and I, married for 35 years, go onto the boat to celebrate his retirement.
Okay.
So, and then my character kind of has some surprises along the way, and she's actually got a big secret that she reveals. So.
Well, nice.
Yeah.
And
She's a funny character.
In addition to La Comedia, I imagine you've been doing this for a long time. Can you tell us a little bit about your other
yeah, I've been singing and dancing since I was 7 years old, so long time.
Yeah, that's
and
neat.
yeah.
And Chris, how about yourself?
This is my 32nd show at La Comedia in the past 9.5 years.
My goodness.
So they keep me rather busy.
Yeah, you must be doing a good job if they keep
I
bringing you back.
guess.
Yeah.
He's okay.
Are you a local guy? Or
Yeah, I am,
okay.
actually.
Okay.
I live over in Hamilton.
Okay, well,
Yep.
fantastic.
Yep.
And you've been involved in this art for how many years?
Ever since I can remember. I think the first time I ever stepped foot on stage, I was in the 4th grade playing Santa Claus in the Christmas play.
Yeah.
But really didn't get into it until high school.
Okay.
And then studied at college and at a studio up in New York.
Wow.
And just for many years in the 80s, I was not doing any acting because I was raising a family.
Yeah.
Got back into it in the 90s.
Nice.
And
Having
decided
fun.
to try and make a living out of it, yeah.
Wow, so this is now your profession?
This is my profession,
Wow,
yeah.
fantastic.
I do this and commercial work.
Yeah.
And other things. But we're having a ball with this show.
Yes.
And Carrie Lee, I saw you at on Golden Pond this last performance. You did a great job.
Thank you.
By the way, I've just really enjoyed going down there. I think I've seen the last three, Shrek and Newsies.
Well,
and
Chris was in On Golden Pond also. You just don't recognize him because
I was her husband.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah. See, we changed
I was
a little
Bill.
bit from
Oh
show
my
to
goodness.
show.
I was Bill.
I didn't recognize
And
you.
I was
He's
in
got
Newsies also.
Oh my goodness.
I was
car
Joseph
salesman
Pulitzer in
today.
Newsies.
Yeah, well, you got the wig and a mustache on, so I don't feel, I don't
It's a
feel that.
disguise.
Covering up that
bad.
balding hairline of mine.
Yeah. Well, great job. I really enjoyed that. Yeah. So this is a big switch from that one.
Yes, a big switch. That was a warm and lovely little dramedy
Yeah.
show, very heartfelt. This
Yeah.
is like a big, crazy, wacky, slapstick
Okay.
musical.
So this is fun. It's a comedy. It's a musical.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
a farce, a full-out farce.
Yeah.
They've taken all those the 70s disaster movies of Irwin Allen's, like The Towering Inferno and The Poseidon Adventure and Earthquake, and they just meshed them all together and set the situations to 70s pop and disco hits.
And I think part of what made those movies so special was the special effects. So you're
we
gonna
have
have
wild
you're gonna have the
special
you're gonna have the
effects.
seats in the audience shaking, and things like that, or
Not quite.
how about the scenes?
We're shaking.
Are the scenes in the background? Are they gonna make you feel like you're in some of those things as well?
It's mostly our acting that makes you
Yeah.
feel
Well,
like you're
there's,
in
there's
this.
some nice lighting effects
Yeah.
and sound effects. and-
Smoke and
Yeah.
flashing lights.
So
and
lot
all
of
that.
screaming.
how does it make fun of the disaster movies?
Well, just that it's fun. You know, do you remember the movie Airplane
Yeah.
with Leslie
Yeah.
Nielsen?
Yeah.
It's that idea
Okay.
against airport, only we're doing it, you know, I think based mostly on the Poseidon Adventure.
Yeah, mostly
We say our
Poseidon Adventure.
casino gets
Okay.
hit by a tidal wave and then we're upside down and all sorts of wacky
And the
things
elevator
happen.
scene too.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think I'd go just to see all you guys upside down. That'd be kind of.
Yes, we're momentarily upside down.
Now
We are.
tell me about your specific role in the movie. Who were you playing?
I play the role of Jackie, what's my last name? Jackie
Noel.
Yeah.
I'm the casino singer. I sing in the nightclub.
Okay.
And I'm hoping to be proposed to by his character, Tony. He says if everything goes perfectly on the night the casino opens, that he'll ask me to marry him, possibly.
Possibly?
Possibly. Of course, nothing goes
The intrigue,
well at all. So I'm a little, I won't say dim-witted, I would just say a little naive and gullible and hopeful that I'll get married.
Okay.
And I bring on my twin children
Okay.
onto the ship, which is one child actor plays both the kids.
Okay.
I guess I gave that away.
Hysterical,
You would
yeah.
never know that, but it's very funny. They keep
Yes, it
running,
is.
changing wigs and running on and off stage. And
I love how you integrate the kids in the shows. I mean, it's so much fun.
yeah, it's a big part for this. We have two different actors that play it on different days, and they do a great job.
And now,
It's fun.
Chris, she told a little bit about your love interest part, but who are you in this?
I am Tony
performance?
Del Vecchio.
Ah,
I
Tony.
own the casino,
Of
the
course.
Barracuda.
Okay.
That's what it's
He
called.
skips a
I
few
built
safety
it's the largest casino on the East Coast. Built a special pier to tie it to, and I'm a little bit on the shady side, as
Okay.
you would
He's a
say.
little
You know,
responsible.
You wouldn't want to buy a used car from me.
I can
Let's
see
put
that.
it that
yeah.
way.
Yeah, little mafioso there.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
And Tanya, you already kind of told us a little
Yeah.
bit. You're going on a boat with your husband of 35 years.
Yeah.
and-
So I play the New Yorker in the show.
Okay.
So
You're the stable person. You're the one who kind of
that.
more of a straight.
I
no?
don't think anybody's too
No,
stable.
we're not. None of
everyone
us.
in the show has their big moment, and
There's
their
also
yeah.
Okay.
a character who's a nun
Yeah.
with a gambling addiction.
Yes.
A
who's
singing nun.
Very,
Okay.
very funny.
Are we going to recognize any of the songs from some of the other disaster shows?
Well, not from the disaster shows, but you'll
Just from the
recognize the
70s,
songs.
yeah.
From the
Big
70s.
disco hits.
I
Yeah.
sang Saturday Night. We open up with Hot Stuff. We do Knock on Wood. That's what causes
Nice.
the earthquake. Finally, is everybody knocking on
Yeah.
wood. And 25 or 624.
Yeah.
We sing Feelings. You sing Don't Cry Out Loud. You sing
Still the One.
Still the One.
Yeah.
Really like to see you tonight.
Wow. All your favorites.
Yeah, it really
from
is my
high
favorites.
school.
Yeah. So do you have a lot of people that are early 60s, late 50s drawn in? Because I mean, when you hear music from your youth, you feel younger. And I need all the help I can feeling younger. My body's breaking down.
I had a couple come through the meet and greet line the other night, and they said, "So there's really nobody in this cast that's old enough to remember any of that stuff, is there?" And I'm like,
I've heard.
"Thank you, but."
Let me get you some glasses.
Yeah. Now you told me a little bit about the story. There's a little love thing going on. You're hoping he's gonna pop the question. You're coming in, your husband, for like a celebration of your...
Celebrating his retirement, and then I also have a big secret that he doesn't even know. So
Can you tell us anything else about the storyline without telling a secret?
Just
the story in general?
There's not really there are a lot of individual stories that mesh together to we're all just trying to survive and find a way to, once the ship flips over, we're trying to find all these different ways to escape. And we try to go in the elevator and things are exploding.
It's like a Love Boat disaster.
Yes,
right?
the water is rising and there's piranha that get out of his aquarium.
My huge aquarium with all my tropical fish.
Yeah, and it's one disaster after another.
And we've got a geologist who is the guy who's discovered that this is going to happen. He's been testing the water and the ground around the pier and everything, and it's like he knows it's going to happen, and he's trying to warn me as the owner and all the guests on board. And it's like, we
don't believe him until it happens.
Yeah.
No. What's your special event of the movie? Do you have a special part that you're like, this is my favorite part?
I can't say without giving too much away. What happens? Yes, my song is "Don't Cry Out Loud," my big number, but something happens to me.
Yeah, we can't do everything. You have to come
Oh
to the
gosh,
show.
I don't know how I can explain it.
Now, is it just ironic that there's a love interest here, and you guys were kind of a love interest before?
Yeah, well, if you keep acting with people.
Right, and we played husband and wife 4 times. Right.
It's just a natural fit.
Well, it's kind of funny because there were 3 of us that were in On Golden Pond, and I ended up marrying him, and the digger, Howard, was the kind of the love interest that was not meant to be in Golden Pond. Now, in this one, it's kind of all switched around.
Right. Okay.
It's another kind of triangle.
Tanya, how about you? Any favorite event in this?
I just think it's funny
without
that
telling a secret.
I mean, me, like the big tap numbers.
Yeah.
I love that part, but.
Yeah, you could tell that.
Is that because you get to shine? Is that another skill?
That's kind of my big moment of the show, and I'm very focused at that moment.
She was a champion in school.
Yeah, champion tap dancer.
Yeah, nice.
But I just think it's funny that, I mean, we just keep running the show, and the things that make me laugh still make me laugh every night. Like I could just see it over and over again. It's just.
Well, the Titanic was going down there. They were playing the band, right?
Yeah.
Had to still entertain. So
that's right.
Carrie Lee, how about you? Anything?
Any special moment?
The event. It's like you really love this, or.
Well, I get to sing towards the end of the show. I get to sing "I Will Survive," and so my character up to that point has been sort of put upon and gullible, naive, and all of a sudden I have a kind of enlightening moment, and I get to really belt that out, and that's a fun thing to perform, and also a nice little arc for my character.
I can see you enjoying that.
Yeah.
Now you guys, it's been out for a week already.
We survived.
How are the reviews? People seem to really enjoy it. How do you know if they enjoy it? As they go through the line, the comments, do they come back sometimes with other people, or?
That has happened with shows. I mean, it's only been open a week, so we can't tell if that's happened yet. But usually, you can tell by the mood of the people coming out that they're jolly and laughing and have enjoyed it.
They laugh so
they
hard,
come
their
out
faces hurt,
dancing,
their
right?
stomachs hurt,
Right.
and they're like, I can't take anymore. It's too funny.
They usually say, I wasn't quite sure what to make of it in the first act, but by the second act, I was just rolling in my seat. So
Nice. Any special disaster menu?
We have some hot wings that seems to be the popular
Which
item this time.
The show opens up with the number hot stuff, so I'm thinking hot wings.
There's always the sweet potato souffle.
And the food's always great.
And the cod.
It's not as great as the entertainment, but the food is great. It's a wonderful experience. How do you get tickets?
Go to www.lacomedia.com. And has all the seating and ticket information. We do 7 shows a week. It runs Thursday through Sunday, 2 shows every day except for Saturday. There's only evening shows on Saturday. And that runs through November 3rd. Am I correct?
I think so.
That's a tight schedule. So you're doing it every day. My goodness.
2 weeks of rehearsal.
And when it's all over, are you going to have disaster withdrawals?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
It's a really fun cast. It's a very tight-knit cast, I think.
Now, you've played together before. Have you played with Tanya as well?
I've played with Tanya in the John Denver
3
story.
out of the 4 shows, I think.
And in The White Christmas, right?
Yeah.
Now, Chris and Justin aren't here, but can you tell me anything about the children's theater?
Oh, what are they got?
Was it a camp this summer that they did? Or?
They did the summer camp thing, but they've got Johnny Appleseed coming up. Is it in October?
It's
right?
in October.
Okay.
I'm actually going to be in that one.
Which, it's a lunch and learn series. They're doing the story of Johnny Appleseed, playing towards the kids. And that'll be, I think, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays. Is that what it is for a week or something?
Now, you guys all started in this as kids. So when you see kids in there, does it just put a little sparkle in your eye? And
it's exciting.
It's got to be neat to be able to encourage them and see some of them grow and be around for a while. Not to age anybody, but I've been around for a while, and it's neat to see people come back in my life with what I do.
Yeah.
Now you're a professional. You do this. Tanya, is this your all in gig as well?
Yes.
Yeah. And it's got to be yours because you're always going.
I do. I also I teach dance and drama and but it's all
So
entertainment
you're
related.
Constantly. Elf is coming up for the holidays. Is that the next one after this? Okay. Right. Are you going to be involved in that at all?
I will be.
Yeah. I could see you having a lead.
I will be playing Walter Hobbs, which is Buddy the Elf's real father.
Okay. Well, that should be fun.
Can you wear the same wig for that?
I have no idea.
Is there anything else that I'm missing that's coming up? Guys want to?
I don't know.
Share any other plugs on the calendar that's coming up?
Next year they're doing Nonsense and Footloose. What are some others?
Jekyll and Hyde.
Jekyll and Hyde.
It's going to be a big one.
Wow.
That's my favorite show.
The King and I.
And next Christmas they're doing A Christmas Story, which is the one where you shoot your eye out, kid.
Yeah, that was great.
So always some good entertainment.
Hey, if you haven't been to La Comedia, I want to really encourage you to get down there. It's just it's great. It's great fun, and you get to actually have a conversation. You go to the movies with somebody, you're not communicating. You go to the theater. You have time to chat. You have time to have a great meal. You have great entertainment, and then you have an intermission. More time to just interact with your friends, and then that second act is always better than that first act. So I want to encourage you to check out La Comedia. And again, as far as tickets, how do they find out about La Comedia? Who do they call?
You go to the website, www.lacomedia.com. I don't have the phone number memorized.
No, I don't
right
either.
That's the easiest way to
memorize
remember.
Everything else. We should memorize the phone number.
Wow. Well, guys, thanks. I feel so underdressed. It's always great when you come in costume.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming here, and I appreciate you guys taking time on the couch.
Thanks for having us.
We'll be back with the community calendar right after this break.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool.
To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
Disaster tips from the objects left behind.
My home wasn't insured, but you can check your insurance policy now to make sure you're covered. Oh.
My savings are lost,
But you can put money aside and plan for unexpected disaster costs.
We're lost forever, but you can scan important documents now so they survive.
For more tips on how to prepare, visit ready.gov.
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where the cats go on vacation? New York.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
You made her college years possible, opening that education savings account when she was little, spearheading campus tours, and deciphering financial aid. If you can ace planning for college, you can do it for retirement. Get on track with tips at aceyourretirement.org.
Now it's time for the community calendar. Everyone is invited to Lebanon Fire Department's open house on Saturday, October 5th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Station 41 at 20 West Silver Street. Lebanon's first responders will be on hand to offer fire prevention tips along with demonstrations of how to escape if there's a fire in your home. Children will have plenty of opportunities to get up-close looks at all the fire and EMS trucks and the equipment used by our crew. You can channel your inner pioneer by going to 4 ancient wilderness skills presentations on Saturday, October 5th from noon to 4 p.m. You'll see how to hunt, fish, trap, and tan your food the way Native Americans and pioneers did. There will be several opportunities to try your hand at some of these skills, and included are appropriate skills for children. The event is part of regular admission to the park and free to members. For more information, go online to www.fortagent.org. The Warren County Senior Citizens Club will hold their monthly free potluck lunch on Monday, October 7th at the American Legion Hall at 620 North Broadway in Lebanon. Just bring a side dish or your favorite dessert and you can enjoy a delicious meal in the company of longtime friends and new acquaintances. There will be a short business meeting after lunch followed by games and prizes. Now it's time to sign up for the Flying Flapjack 5K at 8 a.m. on October 19th, held in conjunction with the Lebanon Kiwanis Pancake Breakfast. Register by September 20th and you'll save $10 off the $35 day of the race fee. The course runs from the start of the Lebanon Countryside YMCA Bike Trail on South Street by the train tracks out to the YMCA and back. Your registration fee also includes a pancake breakfast at the Lebanon Conference and Banquet Center that morning. To sign up, go online to flyingflapjack5k.itsyourrace.com. And since you'll already be downtown October 12th, head on over to Lebanon's Oktoberfest on Mulberry Street and help support Miller Ecological Park. The event is free and includes live music, craft beer, food, shopping, and activities for your children. For more information, go online to millerecopark.org. That's our show for today. We'll be back on October 1st to hear from Mayor Amy Brewer and School Superintendent Todd Yohe about the upcoming Lebanon City's school levy. We'll also preview the Lebanon Oktoberfest and have an opportunity to hear about what the Master Plan Committee is dreaming up for the future of our local parks. Plus, Casey Burdick is going to show us what it's like to be a forest fire first responder, because she is one. We'll see you then. Thanks for tuning in.